What is up, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video. Today I'm going to show you how to make a factory plug with open barrel crimpers.
That clock keeps ticking like a metronome, and my thoughts keep telling me to get me home, but my balls keep telling me to let me just let me That clock keeps ticking like a metronome, and my thoughts keep telling me to get me home, but my balls keep telling me to let me just let me That clock keeps ticking like a metronome, and my thoughts keep telling me to get me home, but my balls keep telling me to let me fuck all that shit, just let me go. Owers and tastemakers make us no chaser. Gets the blood flowing like a fucking pacer.
Now again, guys, this goes back to me saying having the right tool for the right job, and open barrel crimpers are perfect for this. Whenever you're rewiring something, it's obviously very important to have a great connection, and I'm going to show you how. Alright guys, these are Tool Aid's open barrel crimpers. As you can see here, the part number is 18600, and as always, the link will be in the description of my video, so you guys can go ahead and purchase these from my Amazon link. These here are actually very high quality. Tool Aid did a very good job. I'm not sure if they are, but I'm pretty sure they're probably rebranded by another company, and another company actually makes these. I'm not sure, but they are very well made. They're very sturdy, they're very durable, and you will only have to buy these once, and I can assure you that they will not break and you will not have to ever exchange them. However, they are lifetime warranty, so that if you do run into any issues, you are covered, which is great. The first thing you'll notice here is that you have 3 different sizes that this tool accommodates for. Actually, there's many different sizes. The first notch here goes from 14 to 16, the second is 14 to 18, the third is 18 to 20, and the fourth is 22 to 24. I do apologize, there are 4. Also, you'll see is that it has an X-frame design. Okay, and the purpose for this is when you open and close the handles, alright, when you open and close them, the X-frame allows them to open parallel, so they're not opening like normal pliers would like this. When you open and close them, they actually open and close perfectly straight. This is very beneficial when crimping. As you can see, they're not angled whatsoever. Here we have our factory plug. This is actually for an 01 Yamaha R6, and this is for the stator. Okay, when we got the new stator, it came with a new plug. Now, as you guys, if you guys don't know, I ended up selling the bike, and the bike is no longer mine. However, I'm still working on it for the person to get it up to 100%. I told him I would help him. This way here he didn't have to dish out a ton of money at the dealership. Okay, so this in particular plug has 3 ports on it. Alright, I would pull it up closer, but the camera's gonna spend too much time dicking around and not focusing, so fuck this camera. Basically, the outcome is going to look like this. You have your crimp wire, and it's not going anywhere. These in particular plugs have 2 spots where you're going to crimp. You're going to crimp at the very top. That's going to hold your wire casing, and then you're going to crimp just underneath that, and that's going to actually crimp your wire. Now, as you can see in this photo, the middle picture is a perfect example of an open barrel crimp. You can see how the crimp is rounded into almost cylinder shaped forms. Now, when you put these in, you're going to put the open end. How I like to remember is the open end of your plug there is going to go into the open end of the tool, like such. You find the size that fits. You might have to bend your connector a little bit, but like such. I know it's hard to see. Okay, so first thing you guys are going to want to do, obviously, is strip your wire. Get rid of the casing on the wire so you have a bare wire, okay? Now, on your first section here, for your first crimp, you're going to want to set the casing in just so it's flush to the end of the very first one. Alright, what I like to do actually is I like to bend these flat, kind of, like so they're at 90-degree angles. And then I like to put them in the tool first. Now what this allows me to do is get a more precision crimp. Now again, I'm sorry for the focusing. I'm going to try and show you guys this once it's crimped. Once you get it into place, don't be afraid to squeeze. You're going to want to squeeze down And by doing so, that's gonna make your crimp. Now here we have a perfect, I hope it focuses, here we have a perfect open barrel crimp. It's very hard to see. But this part right down, there we go. Right down there you can see how it's folded over. And we have a perfect crimp. Now you can see that this part here is still straight up. And you have the wire that goes underneath it. So now that we have that ready to go, we're just gonna bend these 90 degrees like the last one. Again, this is very hard to see and I apologize. So we want to find the proper size. Place them in and crimp. Again, don't be afraid to squeeze. Nothing is going to happen. Now we have two perfect crimps. But let me see if I can actually. Hands are really dirty from working on the bike. Now once you're done with that, if you do have any excess coming out of wire, you want to trim that off. So now we have two. Alright, so we need to get down to the third one, which is here. So again, we're going to squeeze these. Get them straight. This is my first time shooting a video like this, guys, so I'm gonna learn how to do it better. This way here, I can teach you guys a little bit better. So you guys can see exactly what the fuck I am talking about. You wanna make sure it's out far enough to where when you crimp this, it doesn't disturb the second set of tabs. I know this is very shitty. So we're gonna go ahead and crimp that once again, nice and hard. And we have a perfect crimp once again. These things are great because you get a nice perfect open barrel crimp every time. So for the last one, we're gonna go ahead and squeeze that. Get them parallel again, 90-degree angles. Sometimes it can be tricky, so if you can, get extra plugs, because then if you get the size wrong when you're crimping it, you don't really get a second chance at this, fellas. You're gonna have to get another plug. So then we're in right there. Give another crimp. And perfect. Again, I know you can't see shit. Now you're going to take your factory style plug, and inside you will see it's grooved out in certain areas, and then hopefully you could see this on here. You have that tab right there, and that's what clips in and gives you a nice secure connection. Okay, so now we're going to take our 3 completed wires and we're going to stick them in. We'll start with this one. Now once they're in, you'll feel like a click, and then you will know that they are secured. So we got one. I don't know if you heard that click or not. We got 2. Now we have 3. And they clip in. Now you have a factory plug, factory style plug ready to install. And it's done perfectly. Again, I've got to find a way to fix this for you guys. There we go, that might be a little bit better. Okay, so we took the lighting down a little bit. Now, as you guys can see, the 3 plugs are in there. and you can tug and pull and they're not going out. They actually make a tool, Snap-on makes it, or Blue Point makes it, and it goes in and it crimps the backs and allows you to slide your plugs out. You just need to cut your other ends or however you're gonna do it, and then butt connect or solder, and then of course you want to heat shrink either the butt connectors, or after you're done soldering, slide your heat shrink over and heat shrink it. You always want to make sure your wires are very secure and very well protected to prevent any rust or anything and corrosion. So there you have it. There's how you make a factory plug. This is very important, and I don't know that I've seen a video on these yet. I'm not saying there's not one out there, but I have yet to see one. So I wanted to share with you guys that are interested in learning how to make your own plugs. This is exactly how you go about doing it. Next time I will have better lighting for you guys. I do sincerely apologize. But these are the tools. This is the tool, again, very handy. Part number 18600, and it's made by Tool Aid. Very heavy duty, very high quality, and you will never need to buy another pair.